When you plant your garlic this way, 3 to 4 inches deep, what you're going to do is hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Country Mara here. If you're living in a tropical or subtropical, a warm climate, and you're having trouble growing garlic, this is going to be the video for you guys. I'm just going to share with you guys how I plant and get successful harvest from my garlic for the past 10 years, because my first 2 years I got nothing. So I was making some major mistakes in my first 2 years planting garlic in the tropics. So I was trying to plant my garlic in the same manner in which people in a cool climate were planting their garlic, and didn't understand that I wouldn't have gotten a good harvest if I did it the exact same way as they were doing it. Now, if you're living in a warm or hot climate, you have to start off with the correct type or the correct variety of garlic, and that is going to be a soft neck or a Creole type garlic. Silver Rose is also a good one, and I'll put some names of a few other varieties up here that you can plant in warm or hot climates. The next thing with garlic is timing. I normally get my seed garlic in early September and plant them out late November to early December. And I know you're going to be wondering why I get them so early and then plant them all the way in late November, early December. Through that time, the garlic need to go through a process called vernalization, and for us in warmer climates, we have to do that ourselves. Vernalization is just cold treating your garlic cloves. Vernalization is a temperature around 20 degrees Fahrenheit to about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and most of us in warm climate won't get that cool. We won't even have winters that cold. So remember, garlic is a bulb, and within that bulb you have clove, and for you to plant those cloves and get them to produce, it has to go through that vernalization process. That's just how it is. Garlic is not really a warm weather crop per se. So for the vernalization process, I simply just put the garlic in a paper bag and put it in the bottom of the fridge, not the freezer. I've seen online where they say you can put it in these string bags. However, this makes no sense because this doesn't stop moisture from getting to your garlic, and if you have the garlic in the fridge for a long period of time and too much moisture start getting to them, they are going to rot. You will start to see mildew on your garlic, and that is not healthy. If you should research how long that vernalization take in the refrigerator, I think they will tell you that it's a minimum of 6 weeks. However, the sweet spot is between 10 and 12 weeks, or the sweet spot is 10 to 12 weeks. I normally leave them in the refrigerator for 12 weeks. During the period that I would have my garlic in the refrigerator, in a paper bag that is, lower part of the refrigerator, closer to mid-November, I would start preparing my bed. Beds that you're going to be putting your garlics or any other form of root crops in, you don't want to have any sticks, trunks or debris in them. They will cause your root crops to be deformed. Try to avoid having large pieces of wood or tree limb in those beds that you're going to put your root crop in. You don't want deformity. And also make sure that the beds or the containers that you're putting your garlic in is in full sun. Full sun meaning getting 6 to 8 hours of sun a day. The next thing, mulch your garlic heavy. So when you're planting, let me just show you guys something. So this is your bulb, and this is a clove of garlic. This flat part, most time it is going to look rooted, like it has a bit of root on it. What you're going to do, this is going to turn down into the earth, and the pointy part, that's where the leaves are going to grow from. That is going to turn up facing the sun or the surface. When you put your garlic into the ground, ensure that you're putting it down this way, not the opposite way, or else that garlic is going to just rot. For my garlic clove, when I'm planting them, I try to get them 3 inches apart. If you're going into containers like grow bags or anything like that, what you try to do, put your first clove in the center of the grow bag, and then you measure 3 inches from it with everything, and then you just space them evenly all around, and you will get a lot of garlic in a single grow bag. Well, depending on the size of the grow bag, but I'm just saying, if you're going for a grow bag, that's a way which you can try, or even a container, that's a way that you can try. If you're going in bed, just eyeball it or measure it 3 inches apart, and ensure that your garlic are 3 inches apart, and that will be good. Your garlic don't need all that space. These are going to be your soft neck variety, not your hard neck. So these are going to be a bit smaller or much smaller than those other variety. So you don't need all that space for them. So when you plant your garlic and you get your harvest, come April, if you're in a tropical or subtropical climate and you don't get these big bulbs, don't be disheartened, because these are not the variety for you to get those big bulbs. Garlic, they are heavy feeders, so you have to be throwing down your compost, whatever organic fertilizer or synthetic fertilizer that you use. You have to be throwing it down on maybe a 2 to 3 week basis. So when you plant your garlic this way, 3 to 4 inches deep, what you're going to do is, for the first 2 weeks or so, you're going to water them deeply on a every other day basis. So maybe 3 to 4 times a week you want to water your garlic deeply. That is if you're not getting any rain. Once you see those sprouts come out of the ground, those are the garlic leaves, you can back off with the water a bit, and you can water your garlic twice a week. However, if the time continues to be warmer than it should be that time of year, you can still water every other day. But once you see that sprout comes out of the ground, it's an indication that you can back off a bit with the water. When you're fertilizing your garlic, if you're going in with like manure, organic fertilizer, like what I use a rabbit manure, you have to start way ahead. So if you're going to put the garlic in the fridge now, you can start preparing those beds and start putting in your manure or your compost, whatever you're going to be putting in, into your bed at this stage, or maybe come October thereabout, for them to start breaking down, so that the nutrients will be readily available for those garlic. If not, and you're going in with a synthetic fertilizer, a 10-10-10 would be the best fertilizer for your garlic. So whether it's in a liquid form or a granular form, a 10-10-10 is going to be your best bet with your garlic. Also, milorganite fertilizer. I don't remember the ratio of NPK in your milorganite, but the milorganite is also another good fertilizer for your garlic. I just wanted to go ahead and share this with you guys, because it wouldn't make any sense for me to go ahead, start my garlic, put them in the fridge in that vernalization process, and then when I'm going to put garlic in ground, that is the time when I'm sharing it with you guys, and then you guys are left way behind, because that would be a growing season that you guys are going to miss. So I just want to share it from now. Hope you find some value in this video, and if you plan on starting your garlic, go ahead now, put them in the refrigerator. Wherever you are in a tropical or subtropical climate, now is the time for you to put your garlic in the refrigerator in a paper bag. If you're a garlic lover but you can't go through this long process, nothing is wrong with you going to the store and buying your garlic, because garlic is one of those crops that you really don't save on planting in the garden. No matter how you calculate it, it is much easier for you to go to the store and pick up your garlic. However, if you insist on planting your own garlic for the experience like I do, you can go ahead and you can follow this process. Or if one day hard times should come and there's a garlic shortage in the stores and supermarket, then you can come back to this video and see how you can start your garlic in a warm climate. So hope this made some sense for you guys. Continue to watch along. I'll definitely share more information as we go along. However, now I'm going to be putting my garlic in the fridge in paper bag, and whenever I'm going to take them out to plant them in the soil, I'll update you guys on it and let you guys know. If you want, you guys can also follow along, but it's a journey, and in the garden we learn every single day. So I don't know everything in the garden. I'm a student of the soil, so I'm continuing to learn as we go along. So I learn things from you guys too. So guys, all of what I just said, it is as simple as this. Go to your store or the market, get yourself some garlic, take them home, put them in a paper bag, put them in the bottom of the refrigerator. Store them until end of November, early December. That's when you're going to plant them into the ground about 3 inches deep. After the garlic leaf sprout, maybe about 3-4 inches out of the ground, add mulch. Just put mulch around them about 3 inches thick. That will keep the soil cool for those garlic, because we're in the tropic and subtropic and we're going to get warm days throughout our so-called winter. So that way you can help your garlic to stay cool. Come April, there about mid-April, even late April, your garlic will start dying back. The leaves will start to get yellow or brown. That's when you harvest your garlic. Store them and you have garlic to use for the remainder of the season. You can also save from that batch of garlic to plant. Come next September, you start the process all over again. So it's something that you can take on and do. So that's going to be it from Country Mara. God bless you all. See you in the next one, and cheers.